Hey everyone, welcome to the first DevRant live stream. We're really happy to have everyone here. We have some really cool things I think we're going to announce that tshirts has been working really hard on. By the way, I'm D Fox. I forgot to say that. And then after tshirts' big announcement, we're going to do some Q&A. So get your questions ready, and we're excited about that. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to tshirts to announce.
Hey guys. I'm tshirts. Welcome to the first live stream ever for DevRant. I hope all you guys are listening to these from all over the world. If you're staying up late, that's awesome. We appreciate you taking the time to listen to hear what we got to say. So what we got right here is some very exciting stuff. You guys have been asking for a long time, internet in different ways. I've been kind of teasing that a little bit over the past few weeks. But right now, we got the big reveal. I hope you're all pumped, because right now we got the introduction of the one and only DevRant Ducks. These guys are awesome, man. They're like super cute. We got the DevRant Dev Duck here, little superhero guy. He's got his nice little cape on. They're just like the most adorable little ducks that you could ever find. We got all your favorite programming languages, mix of this and that. We got some OS Linux black on white action. We got some React. We got JS, JavaScript for all you guys out there that love that. Of course, 404, mixing up some programming concepts. Anybody that has ever beat their head against the wall trying to debug some really ridiculous cross-browser CSS issues, we got your rubber duck right here. We got Java for all you Android nerds out there. We got some scripting tags to keep it light and fun. We got some SQL. We got Node. We got C++. A little Python. Python's been hot right now. If you guys saw that Stack Overflow survey, Python, it's on the rise. At C#, oldie but goodie. We got Ruby. We got D Fox's favorite, PHP. Woo! And everyone's favorite, HTML. Well, .NET. It's React. Yeah, everything here. They're good to go. We're selling them on the swag store at swag.devrant.io. Also, you can go to our new website, devducks.com. Pretty cool. You can grab them there. These things come as a combo, so you get the duck plus the cape. We're selling them for $9 US. You could also buy just the duck, or you could, with the cape, or you could buy the cape separately. So you buy one duck plus cape, and then you buy a mix of whatever you want to try out for the day. Right now, these things are great. They're like a vinyl material. These things are very durable. They stretch right onto the head, so you don't have to worry about tearing them or anything. Very durable. So you mix and match. You want your duck. You want to switch it out. Let's get some JavaScript action going there. And you just go right there. So each of these capes we're selling individually for $3 US, and then you can mix and match however you want. They make great gifts. Any of your programming friends, maybe they don't know DevRant, but everyone knows Java. Everyone knows a little CSS. So it's great, to kind of mix it up and have a little fun there. And you get in trouble, you're hitting your limit on Node. You're like, man, I just can't get it. Like if you can't solve that bug, it's not going to happen. You just give up, call it a day. So yeah, great stuff. We got it's swag at devrant.io. Also have it on the landing page shortly. The devducks.com, as I mentioned, link there. You can purchase, and we ship all over the world. So yeah, definitely check them out. While you're there, maybe stop in the swag store, pick up a shirt, pick up a hoodie, pick up a stress ball, some stickers. We're looking to add some more stuff soon. And of course, these will probably come into our virtual goods for the avatars pretty soon as well. So definitely check it out. And I think we're about ready for some Q&A. So get your questions ready, and David and I will see if we can answer those. Okay. Moving over to the couch, getting comfy. Okay, let's drop that down. Drop the mic. How are we looking? We good? Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Okay. Bear with it, guys. Okay. While we wait. Oh, he's so cute. Yeah, this could be yours. But it's mine. Okay, it's mine. It's mine. No, it's mine. Okay. So we got some questions. We got Sam here helping us out. So Sam, we got some questions. What do we got? What do we got?
What are your future plans for the app?
Future plans for the app. That's a good question. We got some cool stuff. We just launched the post types, and part of the reason for that was to further enhance the algo. Some people like memes, some people really hate memes, and questions versus rants. So all the not rant posts that were getting made. So this is to help kind of inform the algo. But the next big step, which we think is going to be really, really cool, is adding in the filters. So we need to wait a few weeks for all of the post types to build up, and the algo has a certain day range with decaying algorithm, all that stuff. So we wait a few weeks, and then we'll introduce the filters. So you can say, I only want to see questions. I only want to see everything but jokes and memes. And that'll be a really neat thing. I got a bunch of stuff designed.
Yeah, I think we're going to try to go with private messaging soon. Some sort of PM system. Yeah. Kind of like a DevRant sort of safe PM system where we put you in control. No annoying spammy PMs.
Yeah, so we got the new websites I've been working on.
Talk about the new website.
The new website is pretty cool. Right now we built it as a bare bones thing. We were very focused on the app. It's cross-platform built-in accelerator. So there's always issues there. But just the two of us, and David's really the only developer. So we hit a little bit of a bottleneck every now and then. So thank you for being patient. We got the new website I've been working on. Definitely don't inspect the code. It's ugly, but it works and it looks cool. So that'll have more of a full-featured desktop experience. We know some of you have been kind of playing around with the DevRantatron. That's cool, helping to kind of meet some of the needs. But we have an official site. SEO's been doing well, so we're getting a lot more traffic to the website, and we're looking to kind of take that up a notch. So that'll be coming out soon. Trying to think other stuff. We're working on reviews. Working on tab. We're going to probably introduce tabs for notifs. Yes. Also, we had a user. If you haven't used the bug tracker, the issue tracker, it's really helpful on GitHub. And we had a request for color coordination for the different types of notifs. They can be a little like there's a lot of overwhelming content. Ideally, we do sometime in the future aggregation. Groups those together like some of our favorite social networks. But they have thousands of developers. We have. Yeah. So But let's see what else. I have a bunch of stuff designed. Like I have chat rooms designed, and I have this whole review system design, which is really cool. So rants around products, and it's a lot more work to build out. But hopefully sometime in the next 6 months maybe. And
if you all have any good suggestions for us that you want to maybe see us focus on more, definitely let us know. The issue tracker is a good way to suggest features, or on the app if you want.
Yeah, and there's always more avatar items coming out. That's just sitting down and coming up with stuff. I got a giant list. You guys have provided a lot of great ideas, so it's coming down and pushing some pixels around and getting those out there. More beards, more shirts, more shoes, more desk items, more pets. So there'll be a lot more stuff. I like to do them in batches because it is a lot of work, kind of preparing all the files and everything. It's not as seamless and process efficient as I maybe ideally would be. But yeah, the more stuff will come out. The cartoons people have asked for.
Podcasts.
We
want to try. We have another one almost completed, but we've been taking a really long time. But we'll try to get that done.
Really long time. The cartoons. They take so much time. They're insanely time consuming. And I don't know if you noticed. This is my apartment right here. It's kind of noisy. I moved to a new apartment, and so the audio of the last cartoon was a little rough. So it's been a little bit of a road bump there. But hopefully sometime soon, maybe there'll be another DevRant cartoon as well.
Cool.
We got any more questions?
Someone wants to know if they can get the DevRant sticker pack for iPhone.
Sticker pack for iPhone. I'm not sure I understand that.
Yeah, what do they mean?
I don't know. I guess they're a little big for the iPhone now.
Miniature-sized
stickers.
Miniature stickers. That's an
idea. Interesting.
Miniature cell phone size stickers.
Yeah,
that's a good idea. We use a great service that comes up with stickers.
Sticker Mule.
Yeah, Sticker Mule. So they make some really high-end stickers. So we're pretty satisfied with what they make. So yeah, we can get some smaller stickers. That's a good idea. Okay, next question.
When is chat going to be implemented?
Kind of touched on that. There's a lot of work behind that, and also the obvious moderation issues, keeping it semi-representable. We don't want it to be a clusterfuck. So we'd have to figure out. how to do that. And architecturally, it's a bit of a challenge, but exact time frame is kind of hard to say.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of chat. I think it's something that seeing all the people create these unofficial, the user base create unofficial, Slack and Discord and what's the other one? It's like Start the T. Anyway, there's other ones. Tello. Anyway.
Telegram.
Yeah, Telegram. There you go, Telegram. So these exist and have people on them because you guys. Gals really like to interact beyond just these like threads that are starting to get much longer. Eventually, we'll introduce threading.
That's another thing, yeah. So for really long comment threads, it's another thing we have to figure out.
The one problem with threading is that it can start to hide content. Also, you need threads to be long enough to be justified. Most comments threads only have 2, 3, 5, 10. It becomes less useful. But now you have hundreds of comments. Obviously, it makes a lot of sense. So if anything, we'll probably do kind of sort of Facebook style of one level deep versus Reddit's infinite depth, which gets a lot out of control. Yeah, it's just tough just kind of finding developer time. We both of course have full-time jobs, so this is so when we find the time. Next question.
Yeah, speaking of full-time jobs, what do you guys do for a day job?
I'm a software engineer at Adobe. Specifically, I'm in the Behance division. So pretty much what I do for DevRant, software development, fun stuff.
Yeah, I do like product design, user experience design. I started a new company here in New York. I do like social media management stuff. So pretty much what we do on DevRant, except DevRant is now like marketing and operations and community management and support. And
do everything.
And Duck development, which is a highly sophisticated engineering talent.
You'd be shocked.
They'll be teaching this in school soon, and there'll be massively online courses for how to fabricate ducks, because it's not as simple as it looks. Trust me.
It took me a long time. Very hard work on these.
Yeah. So okay. Any more?
Hey Tim, here's an easy one. Do you ship the ducks to the UK?
Yes. We ship all over the world.
Yeah.
I don't know what our mail provider is, but anywhere that.
Yeah, it's USPS. Shipping to the UK is usually pretty quick. Less than a week a lot of times. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. When you start hiring, because you guys are going to only grow from here. Thank you. Don't forget about me. But they didn't mention their username, so we don't know.
We will not forget about you.
Never forget.
Never forget that.
Pretty ways off. We had some people, email us about like internships and stuff like that, which it's just the two of us, so it's hard to organize that. There is a time cost to managing people. So we haven't explored that too much. Who knows where the future will take us. We have a lot of great subscribers right now helping us pay for our server costs. Thank you very much for that.
We really appreciate it.
All the proceeds, honestly, we're not going to pay ourselves probably for a long time. So any ducks you buy, any t-shirts, any subscription, it just goes back into server costs, upgrading things, buying more cool things to make DevRant more awesome than it is. So it's all kind of goes into future development.
Yeah. We always want to hear what the user base and what the community wants. So keep giving us that feedback.
Yeah. Can we order custom T-shirts with their usernames on it?
So not currently, no. And we've looked into some options, kind of on-demand printing. I personally designed a lot of T-shirts for some of the companies that I've worked for, and I really like doing that. The ones we have right now are maybe a little bit more basic because we have to order like a volume of inventory. Yeah. And it takes time to sell them, and there's a big upfront cost.
So we should actually talk about that quickly. Like all our inventory for the store is actual real inventory. We don't virtually make anything. All the stuff that you see in the store is in stock, which makes it kind of hard. But we do that so we could ship out everything together and we could have it actually be a good experience. Yeah. But that's something we want to try to bake in eventually, virtual. Like on-demand printing.
If we do on-demand, the problem, the reason why we haven't done it, even though it does have some benefits, is the shipping issue. Is it international shipping? We have a lot of international users. We ship a lot to Europe and all over. That it's a little pricey.
Right. Yeah. So
if we split it up, you're like, hey, you want to buy some DevRant stuff, Duck, you know, a stress ball, some stickers, and now you have to pay for shipping for that.
Right.
And then you also have to pay for shipping, international shipping for a separate T-shirt. It's a little problematic.
Yeah.
But we may do it anyway because it does open up. We can do like infinite variety of T-shirts if we can do on demand.
Yeah, and I'll just throw in a question that we do get a lot is like, why is international shipping so expensive? And what it is USPS for any item that's not flat, it instantly becomes like $13 anywhere out of the country. So we actually take a little bit of loss on every piece of international shipping to make it a little more affordable. But that's our cost. Like we don't jack up international shipping costs.
There's no shipping and handling. It's just shipping.
Yeah.
So you know, we try and get stuff out there. We'd love to help see the DevRant name all over the place. So I mean, there's like some marketing value for us as well. So we're not trying to like make a ton of profit off these things. But yeah, any more questions?
Yes. Yeah. Make the .NET Ducky and the Java Ducky fight.
All right. Okay.
.NET.
We got.
You want to be Java?
Fight. Okay, I'll be Java. Okay. So
I'm shooter. No, I'm shooter.
Okay.
Will you support social sign-in, and why not?
I mean, we get the requests occasionally. I think a good portion of our user base they don't love other like social networks, so it hasn't been like something that's at the forefront. But I mean, if enough people really want it, maybe. I'm not sure how valuable it would.
Yeah, we've thought about maybe some of the more developer-focused ones, like use your GitHub account to sign in, to make it more developer-friendly. We have concern about like the anonymous nature of people, maybe privacy conscious.
Yeah.
But maybe that's not as much of an issue.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something we can explore.
I'd be curious how many people would want to use that.
What do we got?
Please, for the love of God, make the duckies all beat up the PHP ducky.
No, I will not allow that to happen. I'm protecting the PHP. The PHP ducky is mine.
Okay, here's a serious one. Is there a technical reason for the rant/comment editing time limit?
It's not technical. It's purely for like abuse reasons. We kind of set those time limits to prevent any kind of abuse. Like somebody posts something, somebody posts a comment, a bunch of people like it, and they change it to something. It doesn't really happen. I don't know if we've ever really seen it happen. So we could explore, expanding those time ranges.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I think they're pretty lenient right now. I think for supporters, we even give you a longer time. So yeah, and proofreading could sometimes be good.
Important in caps. What happened to semicolon JS?
Oh,
semicolon JS. Yeah, that it had a lot of potential. We were really excited by it. Last April 1st, it was the top of our minds, and other things came up. We got some great feedback from the community that maybe it wasn't the billion-dollar idea that we first thought.
I really thought it was.
It really seemed like it. I mean, all signs pointed to yes, but it wasn't meant to be. So maybe it gets resurrected in some other form in the future. That's possible. April 1st happens every year. So you never know.
By the way, someone in the comments pointed out that you were doing animal cruelty. Is that enough?
Okay. They like it.
What made you start DevRant?
I mean, I remember we were kind of, well, me and Tim worked together at one of our previous companies, and we would kind of rant about certain happenings at the job, and then I think one night we were kind of trying to think of a new idea, and we were sort of like, hey, we always rant about we were just doing it, like we spent most of our time tonight ranting about this old job we had. So we're like, people who don't probably want to rant, and developers are very opinionated, and they need that ability to express themselves. So.
Absolutely. Part of it is I think there's some conception in the business world that doing things that are antisocial, like you just want to avoid that. It's like, wow, antisocial, ugh. And there was some app that had come out that was sort of like, it's like some antisocial thing. I was like, huh, that's interesting, that like ideas that maybe are good that people do, but we just don't want to talk about doing them because like, ooh, no, we can't talk about that. So to see what some people perceive as antisocial behavior, yet we do it every day, so clearly it's not that antisocial. That, I mean, we're social people that are ranting about work. So why is that so taboo? Why couldn't you build something around that? Clearly people do it, so let's just take it to the digital world.
And when you looked at communities for developers, like you had Stack Overflow, which was like so rigid, and we know people like Stack Overflow tremendously valuable. They weren't like having the kind of fun that we wanted to allow developers to have.
Absolutely.
So there was a gap there.
Absolutely.
What's DevRant Stack?
Oh, so we're built all on PHP 7. We use Nginx for our web server. Our database cluster is all in the O4J. It's a graph database. It's allowed us to do some really cool things. So if you haven't checked out graph databases, I recommend it. It's contributed a lot to our algo, which we're also trying to constantly improve. Trying to think what else. So we use DigitalOcean for our servers, and we use AWS services like S3, CloudFront for all our image work, and we use Route 53 on AWS for our main DNS, for our main domain DNSs. I'm trying to think if I left
the front end.
Yeah, so the front end we're using some jQuery. We actually have some React mixed in because we had one. We had the web avatar builder contracted out, and it's actually the only part of the front end that was written in React.
The apps are Appcelerator.
Yeah, we use
JavaScript. Yeah.
So our apps we use a cross-platform technology, and it makes it pretty straightforward to target both Android and iOS, which helps.
It does have limitations though, that are like, people are like, oh, this is so easy, just do this thing, and it's like, I wish we could. Oh my God, I wish we could.
Yeah.
But they make it really hard to do some things that are really easy in the native code. So there are trade-offs. But again, having one developer, we gotta make sacrifices.
Yeah. So if there's ever something like on one of the apps we can do, it's not that we don't want to do it most of the time. It's that we do have limitations.
Yeah.
These two questions are kind of similar.
Okay.
Someone says, can we see the server room? The following question is, do you guys host DevRant on your own hardware? And if so, can we see it?
So no, we're all virtual on DigitalOcean, like I described before. But actually, their data center that we use here is in New Jersey, right across the river. So the servers are geographically close to me in tshirts, but I don't think they'll let us in there for the live stream. But
I don't think that's unlikely.
Maybe one day.
What do you think of the security on DevRant, and do you have any background with secure coding practice?
Yeah, so I've always been kind of like a security nut, or really into security practices. I think we do the basics very, very well. We've always used HTTPS for all of our APIs, all of our sites. Trying to think what else. I'll tell a funny story. So you have SQL injections, and we get obviously community for developers. We get a lot of developers who sign up, and every once in a while we get like the wise guy who likes to post like an SQL injection as their rant. And the funniest part is then someone will come to them and say, oh, they use a NoSQL database, and they'll look really dumb. But yeah, I mean, obviously we hash passwords very carefully. Trying to think what else. If you have anything specific, be interested in hearing that. But
this isn't really a question, but a few people have mentioned that Tim, you look pretty sleepy.
Oh, yeah. I always look sleepy. I don't sleep well.
But you were up the last night, making capes, right?
Yeah, I'm always up late. Yeah. This is we have day jobs, so sometimes we're up late.
And we're not kidding. Tim was slaving away on these ducks. It's not a joke. He invented a whole process to make these capes, which are custom made. So it's pretty cool.
Can you make a product manager ducky?
What are you going to do to it?
PM Duck.
Oh.
Maybe.
Tim, why is tRogus not as active as dfox?
Part of it is I'm not really a developer, so I have less to say. That's probably the number one reason. I'm sure if we had a community of designers, dfox would be the less active one. That seems reasonable. Yeah, I comment here and there, plus on various things, but try to focus on building new things and being productive. Thankfully, we have a community that is so self-sustaining. Like, we don't need to be the center of attention. We don't need to be there kind of propping up the community. So I like that aspect of it, and so they're kind of a point of pride.
Did you guys know each other before DevRant?
Yes, we worked together for probably close to 3 years at our previous company.
Yeah. So it's been maybe probably 5 years, a little bit over 5 years now. We started working on the dating products together, and then we built a couple games. There's one on the iPhone store you can check out. It's called Dungeon Dragon Rush. It's really cute. A really cute little baby dragon. Not quite as cute as the duck, but maybe as cute as the duck. It's really cute. And then we built a news aggregator app called Swiftly News. It was really cool. It was like Tinder for news. And that didn't really take off. And then, we started DevRant, and we just got, really positive reactions right away. We got a great the next web article, like in our first month of release. It was just huge. It was like, every developer should have this. So that was pretty cool. And we've just been kind of building it out since then. And we added the avatar builders, in a few months, and then been adding out, just kind of building it out. Again, people have expectations for social media that are pretty high. There's these huge companies that make a lot of money, have a lot of developers. So
yes,
kind of the base expectations can be difficult to manage. So we make trade-offs. So, like, we could add in all these cool power features that people kind of expect, or we can do some interesting stuff. And sometimes we take it in different directions.
Yeah.
Where do you see DevRant in a year?
I mean, hopefully, we keep growing. We want to keep the same, awesome content. And one thing that we've always felt strongly about is making sure good content gets highlighted. And I think as we grow, that becomes more and more of a challenge. But it's something we're always we might not show it, but we're always looking in, like I said before, how to tweak that algo and how to, with like the categories, the post categories, how to make the people be able to see the content they want to see, which also gets content creators more, views and interactions with their rants, because I think that's why people have really enjoyed the app. So we're always focusing on that.
I want to touch on that real quick. One of the things that we decided to do very intentionally was to suppress the individual contributor aspect on the rant feed. So that the idea is you're not evaluating content based on who posted, but on what the content is. Very different than, let's say, Twitter or Facebook. That's all about the network effect of how many followers do you have, how many friends do you have, to determine whether your content, whether good or bad, gets seen by people. That you can have 10 million followers on Twitter and post crappy content, but because you're some celebrity, like that somebody who has 10 followers, 100 followers, post really amazing content that no one ever sees, and that sucks. So we're trying to be a little bit more democratic in how quality content gets bubbled up, and that kind of makes it so the following, which we do have at a very subtle level, and like no one gets notified about it. It's just if you really want to see one person's rants, like you can subscribe to get notified when they post. But the idea is the feed is a collection of things that you're most likely to like, and not just about people that you happen to like at some point, and it's whatever random verbal garbage happens to go through their head at that point. Again, letting small contributors, if you have one great idea, that's going to rise to the top, and you may post once in a blue moon and no one follows you, and you can still get exposure. You still have people interacting with your content. And that's really exciting. I don't think most people get that from most social media.
Definitely. And, that's another thing, like if you ever have any ideas like on how we can better execute that. Because, although I think we're good at it, I think we can get a lot better. And sometimes I see a great rant that doesn't have much interaction. I'm like, how can we give that more, more view to the people who want to see it? Yeah, and I think on you know where we want to go. Another thing is just creating more things that devs that really speak to developers. Like that's why I think these ducks are so cool, because they're for developers. Like almost every developer has rubber ducks on their desk right now, and none of them are catered to developers. They're all just random rubber ducks. So we want to try to take that to other areas, like you were saying with like the t-shirts, and just possibly other things that aren't being fulfilled properly for developers is definitely somewhere we want to focus.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not sure how to interpret this question, but this person is asking, is there any advantage to people who are contributing to DevRant, like building apps and API wrapper? I mean, we have a projects page.
Yeah, so right now the projects page, and we have not really received any ideas about what people would kind of like to see happen. I mean, if there are ways that you think we could give more exposure to that stuff, or help you out. So one thing kind of stemming from that is an actual official API is something we get a lot of requests for DevRant API. So that's something we'll think about, because right now we have a lot of unofficial use of the API. So we can kind of iron something out and make it official, provide some real documentation. Yeah, that's also something else we're going to look into.
Will DevRant ever expand into wife/husband brands?
we get that a lot. That's a frequent ask, but I don't think that'd be for us.
Yeah, one of the great things about DevRant is that we have both experience working as developers and working with developers in the tech space. We have some understanding of the community and the space versus just we've had people like, oh, what are you doing? Like, I'm an accountant, and I know accountants like complaining. Like, we're not accountants. We don't know much about accounting. Like, what would we be able to contribute or offer to that community to make it unique and not just a generic forum? So, yeah, I guess we know genders, and that's something. But right now, we're really focused on making DevRant awesome, and that is going deep on the developer space. It's a lot of developers out there, millions of developers, a lot of people coming out of these coding schools and learning it in college and whatnot. So it's a really interesting group of people that like solving problems and thinking about it and looking at the world in a very specific way. That the passion of the developer, that you work on the weekends. Like, accountants don't work on the weekends for fun. They don't do accounting for fun on the weekends. It's not a thing. But this is like programming is a passion. It's a way. It's like more of a lifestyle than it is just a profession.
Yeah, I don't think you could execute the kind of concept of DevRant with many other concepts. I also think developers are kind of like a special group of people. Like, we found so many nice people. Yeah. And in general, just a really warm community. I don't think that would happen with every one of those. Yeah.
I think we have time for one more question.
Oh my gosh, we have so many.
All right, we can take some. Let's take some.
Okay. Well, here's an intensely important question. Okay. Who does the theme song for the DevRant cartoons?
I do. So all the DevRant cartoons, that's all me. So I scripted, animated, voiced, did the music, production. But they're all inspired by the ramps, and so that they get the credit there from the community of stuff that's already resonated. So I'm not just pulling things out of my ass, which is more challenging.
These two questions are similar. Are you making any money yet? Will you ever move to displaying ads?
We're not profitable right now. We're getting close. With the supporter program has really helped.
Very close. Ads may come at some point. We don't have any direct plans right now, but whatever we do, it would be very what's the word? Contextual. So that they wouldn't just be random crappy display banner ads, and that's not going to happen.
How are you guys marketing DevRant? As an angry dev, it took another angry dev to mention it to me for me to find out about it.
Yeah, so that's a good question, and we like to hear feedback like that, like how people found it. The stickers we use to market a little bit. If we want people showing it off when people show it off on their laptop. Just various word of mouth. We get some shares on the content.
Yeah, we have Sam's helping with some social media. We got SEO's been kicking off. The more content that gets generated, the more SEO. There's more keywords that Google finds, and people end up discovering DevRant. We don't really have a budget for marketing per se, so there's not any advertising or anything. We experimented with advertising at different points just to try and see, like, hey, could this be a really cheap channel for acquisition of getting new people? And the answer is usually no. But there's been some interesting stuff, some fun things.
And the app stores are another way that's really helpful, and everyone's reviews are really helpful. When we get high reviews, we get shown in the App Store more. We get recommended on Google Play. So that's really helpful to us. Keep reviewing it.
Yeah, thank you for that. We got just honestly just really touching, amazingly positive reviews, particularly for Android, that are just really inspiring and keep us motivated.
If you use iOS and you're watching this, Android reviewers are just kicking the butts of it's like ridiculous.
Yeah.
So any more either, but iOS, we definitely need more reviews.
Favorite song?
I don't know. I don't think that's
tough. I don't have a single favorite song.
Okay. Who would your perfect podcast guest be?
Wow.
That's a good question.
I mean, living or dead? Is that we'll say living, sure. We reached out to a variety of dev guru people, all the the luminaries in the scene, and a lot of them don't respond. So if you know somebody that you can give a warm intro to, that'd be really awesome.
I mean, mine is weird, but I've always thought Mike Judge of Silicon Valley and Beavis and Butthead. I feel like that would be awesome. He was a developer. I feel like that would be a lot of fun.
What code editor do you use?
I use PHP Storm for PHP. I use Sublime Text for a lot of text editing. I guess that's really it for me. What do you use?
I mix and match. Getting into some Atom lately.
One curious user wants to know, how much time do you each spend using DevRant?
I mean, I spend a lot. I try to go through as many of the rants as I can. It's getting a little harder as there's more of them. But yeah, I mean, a good amount of time. I think we're both on it, multiple times.
Default is on DevRant literally all the time.
Yeah.
We have a suggestion. One way to, I guess, distinguish contributors is to have a special badge for them. Oh, I guess they mean API contributors.
Yeah, I mean that's a good suggestion. Anything cool like that. I think we had discussed badges in general at one point. Yeah, I mean that's a good thing to add to the issue tracker, and to try to get some further ideas on it. But yeah, I mean something like that could be good.
Yeah. How do I contribute if I wanted to? I know you touched on it, but is there anything we can do to help?
I mean, I think direct contributions right now, are mainly spreading the word and telling everyone about it. We want to keep building the community. We want to get more developers on there. I think that's the main thing. And obviously, the supporter program helps. But just spreading the word is also valuable.
Yeah. We're getting near the end of the question list. Here's the second to last one so far. Are both of you single or married?
I'm single.
Sam is my girlfriend who's reading the questions.
He's taken everyone.
All
Not sure if this has been asked, but what is your guys' favorite coding language?
I mean, I have to say PHP.
I like JavaScript. I think it's straightforward. I was playing around with some CoffeeScript today. I'm like, ugh, why you're just ruining JavaScript? Don't do this. It's good, ubiquitous. Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, it seems like people are starting to go to sleep. So.
All right, well, we really appreciate everyone tuning in. And then this was a lot of fun. Thank you for all the great questions. And we hope everyone enjoyed. Do this again.
Yeah.
Soon.
That'll be good. So just to remind you, we got DevRant Rubber Ducks. We got all sorts of different languages. Fun things. Check them out. Swag.devrant.io. or you can check out our new website, devducks.com. Proceeds go to support DevRant. So have a good night, guys.
Thank
Cheers.
you.